Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. Okay, we stopped at the earlier part of the business plan. Okay, now we will continue on the part of characteristic of the small business. Okay, hi, for those who are still not remember my name. Okay, alright. So, as the introduction, what is the small business? Okay, as according to the text here, small and medium enterprise play an important role in the Malaysian economy, and it's agreed. And this SMEs is employed to 50% of the workforce in the manufacturing sectors, not just like that, servicing sectors. Besides creating job opportunities, SMEs plays a crucial role in contributing to the prosperity of the big and the multinational corporations, so they enhance the industry through their creativity and innovation. So basically when we're talking about this small business, they try to go for the niche business, okay, the things that services and the product that different from others. Alright, so um, the definition, a small business is sometimes viewed as the enterprise engaged in trading activities or a retail store selling consumer goods. Most probably, this is the things that, of course, they want to attract is the consumer goods, because consumer goods mostly related near to the consumer's heart. At other times, it's defined as a business entity that neither owned by the public nor listed on the stock exchange. Okay, and like in Malaysia we have KLSE, Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. I believe like in Indonesia also they do have some listed stocks exchange. Difference of karyawan, we call karyawan usahawan, that doing the business that been listed under, yeah, Indonesian stocks exchange, commonly defined based on the annual turnover or sales generated and the numbers of the full-time workers. So, in order to ensure whether they are and measure, okay, this kind of the small business or medium business, based on the annual turnover or the sales generated and also the number of full-time workers. So in Malaysia, under the Small and Medium Industry Development Corporation (SMEDEC), define small and medium business according to the two main factors. So this is the annual sales turnover and the number of full-time workers. So um, okay, so as you can see from here, a medium-sized business is the business establishment with the annual sales turnover or between the 10 million and 25 million, and which employs not more than 150 full-time workers. So that this one is for medium-sized business. So for the small-sized business, a business establishment with the annual sales turnover of no more than 10 million ringgit Malaysia, 10 million, and which employs not more than 50 full-time workers. So for the first one just now, okay, the annual sales turnover should be between ringgit Malaysia 10 million and 25 million, okay, within that range. And also the full-time workers, full-time workers is not more than 150 full-time workers. So that one is for medium size, and this is a very favorite question with us, okay. And for the small size business, the annual sales is within not more than ringgit Malaysia 10 million, okay, and it employs not more than 50 full-time workers. So meaning to say they cannot employ more than that. If more than 50 is equivalent to medium-sized business. Again, I repeat, is for full-time workers. Alright. So what is the characteristic of the small businesses? Okay, number one is privately owned by the individual or partners, typically registered as the sole proprietorship, partnership, or private limited company (PLC). Okay, and the second one, the business managed and operated by the owners. Okay, of course, and the third one, a small business often has limited resources in terms of the raw materials, in terms of the financial capital, okay. And number four, the structure is often flat and informal because basically they are in a small size, so they try to do multitasking work, okay, rather than to employ the new employee because it takes time from the small to become medium, from medium to become private limited company. And the business have more flexibility to adapt to changes in the environment due to its size and informal structure. So easy to flexi, okay, and adapt to the quick changes because in terms of the size that change from one time to one time, and also they have informal structure in terms of their organizational structure, or the people who are working in the company itself. Okay, are we moving to the 3.4 subtopic is about management of the small business, okay. Management of the small business also involves the four important management process. They are planning, organizing, controlling, and leading. But in the class, for those who are studying with me before, I like to add one more. We have S. So meaning to say we have POLC plus S. Staffing. Okay. So why is it so staffing? Because we need a staff in order to recruit for plane. Okay, for meaning to say a good plane. Staffing department, okay, staff will be actually seeking for who is the good planner for the planning department. And also for the staffing also will recruit who is the best person to organize the department, and who is also the best person to lead the department to become leading. Huh? And also the staffing will be used in order to control, okay, in terms like budget, in the certain department. So basically we need that staffing, okay, staffing function, okay. So basically if you've been asked in any classes, of course they will say management process is only have POLC, but at the same time we have to add more which called S, staffing. POLC. P is planning, O is organizing, L is leading, and C is controlling, and also S is staffing. Okay, alright. So we're moving to the levels of management in the small business. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, early stage. The business is usually very small, okay, and has very limited resources, okay. So the owners operate without much help from the workers. So basically what they did was the owners of the business, the sole proprietor, will running here, they are doing their own job. Okay, how you get me? So they are doing their own job. If they are not hiring other people, because the reason, because number one, they have to actually, in terms of the capital, are very limited. So in order to have very limited resources, they have to make sure that they have to budget in terms to hiring another workers, because every single staff need high cost. And the second one, secondly, assistance is needed. Okay, workers are employed to do some tasks and they report directly to the owner. So this one, when the business is start to grow, and then there will we have the helper. Okay, let's say in restaurant, right? Okay, the owner needs the help. Okay, so the helper will help in terms to do the work and other. Let's say corporate company, they need some other stuff in order for the clerical work, example. And then the third one, thirdly, possess a group of manager staff to assist in supervising tasks. So in here, when they have possess a group, so they have a group of administrative department, there will be marketing department, there will be operation department, and the last one we have financial department. So every single of this group of manager staff, there will be a leader. Okay, there will be a managers for administration staff department. There will be managers for marketing department. There will be manager for production or operation department, and also there will be a managers for financial or accounting department. So every single of these will supervising the task. Okay, and as the business continues to grow, it develops into an entirely formal business organization, from small to the medium to the private limited company. Okay? Okay. Alright. So we have 5 organization principle. So this is the term under, I think you already learned this one with Madam Aidawati or Madam Dalina. Don't say that you are not learning this term before. This is just to recap back. Number 1, division of work, or maybe Madam Suhana. Okay, division of work, authority and responsibility, unity of command, span of control, and delegation of authority and responsibility. Okay, we start with division of work. What is division of work? Okay, I try to very slow this time around because some students say I'm too fast, right? Okay, division of work meaning to say they have some groups of department. Okay, they have some delegations of work, or I can say a pool. Okay, a pool of groups. Okay, that have the same nature of the work and activity that be grouping together. Okay, so activities or job that needs to be done in any organization must first be identified. So these things we allocated under JD, because we're talking about job description. Okay, we're talking about the activities or the job that you have to be done. Okay, then this activity and job have to be assigned to the workers, and the job assigned must match with the capability and skill of the workers. The keyword is there. Job assigned. This one you learn with Madam Darina, human resource subject, management subject. Job assigned must match with the capability and skill of the workers, meaning to say job specification, JS. Okay, so job specification meaning to say you must have the knowledge, you must have the skills, you must have the abilities and also the attitudes. Okay, so this is under division of work. So most probably the staff will be grouping together in order to ensure that they have this the same nature of work and also the capabilities to make the task easier. Okay, alright, and then the second one we have authority and responsibility. Authority is the power. When talking about the power, meaning to say you got the rights. I got the power, something like that, right? Yeah. So the rights to enable managers to delegate and take actions against the subordinates. So meaning to say in here, when you give some command, okay, the command will be valid. Command tu, arahan tu akan jadi sahih atau sah. Gitu. Sebab because you did the authority, you do have that power. If I'm not your entrepreneurship lecturer, I ask you to do assignment, you will say, who is Noorsyalina? He is not our, she is not our lecturer. Example, right? Because I'm not have the authority to command you. Are you get me? So this is what we call as the authority. It's different from, even though I'm your lecturer, but I'm not your lecturer for your particular subject. If I give you a command, it's not valid. Okay, so the authority is needed in order to valid, to make the command verify, untuk memastikan arahan itu adalah sahih, sah untuk diberikan dan dijalani. Okay, unity of commands. Okay, workers should receive direction only from one manager. Example, I'm under School of Business and Business Study or School of Management, previously known as School of Management, right? So my managers will be under Madam Aidawati. So Madam Aidawati will be under the dean will be Madam Nur Ahmad Farizan. So the direction should be only from one manager, which is referring to the immediate superior. Orang atasan kita yang bagi arahan kita satu orang, it's not many, multiple. When too much, sometimes the command will be not achievable, tidak dapat dicapai. Terlalu banyak command, tak boleh benda satu. So that is united of command. Mostly in your offer letter, they will say you are reported under the dean of the school of management blah 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 blah. So that is your managers. Okay, manager, bukan managers, manager. Okay, and the fourth one, span of control. Imagine like span. Okay, span of control, the number of the staff under supervision of manager. So remember, if you have a sponge, okay, sponge, okay, and then you want to grab, right? You want to put a sponge in the water, and how many actually the sponge can actually apa kita namakan tu? How many water can have, you know, macam syrup? How it can be uh, in that sponge, something like that. So the number of staff under the supervision of the manager. So meaning to say how many people, how many staff under you. So you are responsible to them. And effective span of control depends on several factors such as the worker's competency, nature of the job, or the work plan that needed to be executed. So let's say, I remember because one time ago, uh, like ibadah camp, right? Ibadah camp is not under School of Management, School of Business and Legal Study, is under School of Social Sciences. So we have to report it under the dean of the School of Social Sciences, because the nature of the job, the nature of the job need us to have reporting to under School of Social Sciences, something like that. Alright, and delegation of the authority and responsibility, job and responsibility assigned to the subordinates. So in here, when we're talking about job and responsibility assigned to the subordinates, meaning to say your JD, okay, is be assigned to your people. Okay, job description. Once you get your offer letter on the first day, okay, you look into this is the several of your job description that you should do. Okay, if you not do, in your performance appraisal will be evaluated as underperformer. Underperformer, jika anda tidak melakukan kerja tersebut, maka tugasan tersebut dianggap tidak mempunyai ataupun di bawah prestasi lah, di bawah prestasi. Maksudnya performance you, prestasi you tidak memenuhi syarat untuk diteruskan lah dan sebagainya. Jadi banyak sebenarnya. Okay, so this is the first organization principle. Sepatutnya specific principle of management. Ada kan subjek tu. Okay, so we moving to the next. Okay, personal planning. Ini mengganggu kan? Okay. Personal planning. Okay. So what is personal planning? Personal is important aspect to an organization. All the businesses require qualified personnel. Personnel ni bukan macam personal tau, kan? That is not your personal. Personal is kaki tangan. Kaki tangan, your employees, your workers, your human capitals. Okay, the challenge of today's business in managing business is to retain good and capable workers. Of course, bila kita ceritakan macam mana kita nak maintain, nak remain, you can easy to find out the new workers, but it's not easy to remain the good workers, because sometimes the good workers, they're capable and they are very competent, they can switch to the another company when they get a good offer. It depends. If the good workers also sometimes they want to remain because maybe the benefits being offered to the company. So it depends also. Personal planning comprises all the efforts and also the strategies devised and implemented to ensure that the organization has adequate and qualified workers It also useful to ensure that only qualified personnel are hired. So I like to use the magic word that I always use. We have 3R, not respond detect remaja, what we are talking about. Res sorry, select the right people, at the right place, at the right time, at the right position, at the right, that's it. Select the right people at the right place, at the right position, at the right time. Okay, so make sure that's 3R, okay, in order to reduce the risk, okay, by guiding the entrepreneur to employ only needed and qualified personnel to meet the requirement of the business. So this is important because process of recruitment is not the easy process and it's quite used to costly. Okay, dia sangat memerlukan kos yang sangat tinggi lah. Okay, so bukan senang, bukan kaling-kaling lah. It's not easy to be. And once they been recruited and then sudden they not longer maybe 3 months they already want to uh, kita kata apa, resign from the company. So meaning to say there must be something they have to factor whether the company is problematic or the staff itself is very problematic. Okay, alright, and then we move to the next one. Hello, why I cannot go in? So, preparing the personal planning, macam mana kita nak menyediakan ataupun kita nak bersedia untuk membuat plan kaki tangan ni. Okay, number one, ini yang saya sebut tadi lah. Probably this is the term yang very obvious they have to do that. Okay, before you want to recruit your staff. Okay, this one is actually under human resource we call as forecasting your employees, okay, staff. So number one, we do have job analysis, AA, okay, a systematic process to identify tasks and determine skill and knowledge required to perform a job. So you have to do something like alignment here, alignment process. This is the person, okay, list of duties. This is the person itself in terms of the requirement needed. Requirement needed by the company we call JS, job specification. The list of the duties we call as the JD, job description. Okay, and the skill and the knowledge required to perform the task are determined. So this is JS. It can be done based on the manager's previous experience or from other experienced personnel or by observing the workflow to present personnel. So this is what we call as job analysis, the process itself. Okay, they combine JDJS inside JA. Okay, so what is JD? Is a written statement outlining a given job. It states the function, duties, and responsibility of the person appointed to do the job. So job description, I like to use the acronym like this. You have to remember JD. D is refer to description, also referring to the duties. So duties is meaning to say the listed of the duties that particular job that will given to you. And for the job specification, remember KSA ataupun human requirement needs by the company states the minimum qualification requirement of the candidate to qualified for the position. So job specification mostly we have KSA, knowledge, skill, abilities and attitude, including your qualification inside there. Okay, alright. So what is recruitment process? Select the right people at the right place, at the right position, at the right time. Yeah, that's my opinion. That is the recruitment process. Okay, searching for candidates and inviting them to apply for the vacant position in the business. It can be done by advertising the vacancy to the printed or electronic media. We have numerous tu maknanya banyak sangat. You just type, okay, what is the job vacancy, and then you can put, especially you can use the media, the platform like LinkedIn, some people say LinkedIn, most I call LinkedIn. You can use Indeed, you can use Manpower, you can use Yellow Express, okay, agency. You can use SEA8.com, you can use Malaysia, yeah, they have many. Okay, like Indonesia, you also have your own platform, right? In order to apply the job, okay, you just type at the website, and then they have many. You can just do your e-resume, and then you can start just posting and attach it when the company is the website is needed. Okay, and job streak especially, right? Okay. Selection process involves the task of reviewing the application, shortlisting applicants, and selecting the best candidate for the job. So most commonly tools used to facilitate this task are, of course, we have job application form. So we do have e-job application form, e-form, meaning to say you have to apply through website. Okay, that one is online. And then job interview. Actually, job interview have many types. Also, we have one-to-one interview, one-to-mass interview. Okay, we have phone interview. We have uh, what we call walk-in interview. Okay, and then election test. Okay, we have many multiple of the testing. Maybe for example, physical test, IQ test. Okay, and we also have EQ test. E is referring to emotions. Okay, I is for intellectual. S is for uh, social. Is it social? Uh, social test. Not social lah. Sequential test. So many tests actually. Okay. Alright. So we go to definition of management. Okay. According to Mary Parker Follett, it is the art, it's the piece of art, of getting things done through other people's, a process of planning all the resources efficiently, organize the resources effectively, leading the controlling the resources. Resources here refer to the capital, manpower, technology, and materials. So this is all the resources that mostly you learn in subject economy, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. So we do have what is the sources of resources. Okay, sorry, the production uh, the production resources, right? We have man, we have capital, entrepreneur is man. Okay, land, labor, the sources, the factor of production, faktor pengeluaran. Okay, we have land, labor, capital, and then we have entrepreneurs. So this is all involved. If you realize, maybe they have capital, manpower, technology, and materials. Okay, first we go to the functions of management planning. A proper planning needs to be developed in order to make sure all the resources is being fully utilized. Planning involves goal setting and defining the actions those needs to be taken in order to achieve goals. Okay, so according to the Peter Drucker, we need to say if you fail to plan, actually you are planning to fail. So the functions of management. Managers that involve in planning require knowledge of the company, of course, because we need a good leader to have a good planning. Information on the factors of the environment, example economic condition, good judgment in reducing risk, and also decision making. To make sure that this leader can make a wise decision making. Alright. So the second one we have organizing. I just recap back in principle and practice of management subject class, right? Okay, organizing. What is organizing? Involves determining the tasks to be done, who will do them, and how those the tasks will be managed and coordinated. So the manager's role in this situation is to coordinate the efforts of the authors of different tasks and create the conditions to find solutions. So organizing, mostly I relate with delegation. How you delegate the task. You bahagikan tugas untuk pastikan tugas tu dapat dilakukan dengan baik, dan of course they must have solution. Bukannya just create the problem or the problem is encountered there but there is no problem solving. Kena ada lah, bila ada masalah kena ada solution. Kalau ada masalah tapi tak ada solution, there is no purpose. Faham ke? Maksudnya mengeluh saya. The problem, as I told in the first class, the problem cannot just be seen as a problem. You convert the problem into opportunity. That is a business. Okay? You jadikan setiap masalah tu sebagai peluang dalam you punya business. Dan insya-Allah, Allah will go together with you. Okay? Because it's not easy to become optimist person. Okay? Because to become optimist, you need to be motivated. Kalau you down, macam mana you nak motivated? Ah, apabila ustazah berkata-kata. Okay, we go for the next one, leading. Okay, Managers must be also capable of leading their subordinates to work together to achieve the organization goals. So effective managers must strive to understand individuals and group behavior, be able to motivate and discuss with their subordinates. So dekat sini kita cakap tentang leader. Okay, pernah dengar tak? All managers can become a leader. Oh sorry, all leaders can become a managers, but not all managers can become a leader. And they must encourage the term that we call esprit de corps. You know, mesti ada kita kata kerjasama dalam pasukan. Baru you boleh can be a good leader. Because I do also teach another adult learning lah. They told me what? They said most probably the boss is the boss. They are not a leader. What is the difference? Because leader, you try to put empathy inside yourself. Seorang pemimpin dia akan letakkan anak bawahan dia punya situasi ke masalah dalam dia punya diri dia. So bila dia letakkan dalam diri dia, automatically they know how they feel. Dan a good boss, a good leader, you must feel whatever that your people, your staff is doing their job. Tu je. Sebab bila you mengarahkan mereka buat kerja, you command them, automatically you have to know how they feel about that job. And if they say they can't do it, you can protest them, you can argue that I have done this job before. So that is a good leader. Kalau you boss is a boss, so totally boss 100%, you will keep as a boss attitude with the egoism. So itu yang kita bezakan. What is a leader, what is managers. Kalau you perasan ayat-ayat dalam ni semua sebut managers kan. Kalau saya suka, lebih suka lah sebenarnya kalau sebut sebagai leaders. Sebab leaders, beza dia pemimpin ni dia adalah diri dia ada empathy. Putting other people in their own shoes. Tapi kalau managers, they feel their own sake. Tapi managers pun kena ada dia punya own karakteristik lah. Whereby dia kena, you can flexi but not too much flexi. Adapt lah dengan situation and environment what might be occurred during that time. Kalau project line dah macam bottleneck, takkanlah you nak biar je kan. So basically we have to be not too hard but not too also lenient. Be modesty. Jadi yang sederhana lah. Be a good leader that people appreciate you as a leader. Okay? Because we do not know, one day our son, our daughter, they also will get a leader. Saya suka fikir macam tu lah, fikir jauh sikit. Nanti dia akan recap back what they have done to me before, I have done to other people. One day they have done to my family members, my yeah, because whatever who want to work, because the world is like a globe, right? Dunia ni bulat. Sampai kita bila kita mungkin satu hari ni kita tak sedar kita buat orang lain. Bila orang lain lakukan kita pada benda yang sama, kita baru muhasabah sendiri. Saya pernah lah buat macam tu dulu. So sekarang ni saya dapat ni sebab mungkin yang atas sebab saya buat dulu. Mungkin. Sorry ya, hari ni topik kita terlalu ada sentimen. Because I want to be you to become, one day you become a good leader. InsyaAllah. I pray for you all. Okay, and then controlling. Controlling is to identify between plan and actual result whether the organization is performing as what have been planned. So bila kita mengenal pasti apa yang kita plan, apa yang kita telah rancang dengan apa yang berlaku sekarang, actual result, then you can know what is the loop there. Sebab apa, bila we can control it, okay, we know, oh, this is the thing that you can't do, this is the thing you can do, okay, because can't do and can do is different things. Okay, bila ada gap tu kita baru kena pasti, oh benda ni lah kita kena atasi dia dengan sekian. So if the organisation is not going towards the goal, corrective action is to be taken in order to adjust the trend to the existing situation. Kalau dalam controlling sendiri, kalau awak belajar PPOM kan, subjek PPOM, if I'm not mistaken lah, kalau Miss masih ingat masa Miss belajar, kita ada pre-control, kita ada present control, yang kita kata current control, atau kita kata post control. Pre, current and post. Dan control ni dia ada mengikut situasi lah. Kalau pre-control macam mana? I give very simple situation. You see auntie cleaner is cleaning, right? Maybe mop the floor. So what she did is she put some sign. The floor is wet. Okay? Itu pre-control. Sebelum tu dia akan letak signage. Okay. So itu sebelum. Maksudnya dia dah tak siap-siap dan dia mop. You tengok tu dia tak lalulah kawasan tu. Current control is something like this. You do the mistake. Contohnya you handle machinery and then you maybe press certain button that supposed to not press, and then all of a sudden the machine is cock up ataupun hang, and then your manager is coming to you. So he said supposedly not this button, not yellow button, they say it's supposed to be maybe green button. So he will rectify the problem at the current time. That is current control. Post control after the situation had happened. Example, maybe they find out after maybe one of the reason the workers injured during the process of the production because the forklift is leaking. Contoh. So what they have done after the incident, they replace the new forklift. Dah benda dah jadi, orang dah cedera pun, baru nak ganti dengan forklift yang baru. That is post control. You get me? So this is the thing. How we want to make sure that to rectify before, current or after. Tapi selalu yang dah jadi after lah. Walaupun keep saying what, prevention is better than cure. That one is that one is pre-control. Okay, alright. So we're moving to the business vision. Okay, a vision statement describe what the organization aspires to be in the long term. Aspires, okay, nak jadi untuk pada masa akan datang. It's a description of the way in which the business wants to be perceived by others at some future dates. Okay, and for example, the MD vision is to be among the leading corporation in energy and related business globally. Ini macam vision lah. Kalau Miss nampak kat sini lebih kepada future goal. Goal jangka masa panjang. Sebab kita ada satu future date. Sebab dia kata globally. To be among the leading corporation energy. Dia dah cakap lah 10 years from now. Dia cakap macam tu. Cuma dia cakap secara general tetapi lebih kepada expand future goals. Okay. Alright. Business mission. Ni semua soalan-soalan lah in final exam because they will give you a statement, example, and you have to predict whether this is a vision or this is objective or goal. Macam tu lah. So business mission, many businesses have also mission. Mission ni current goal. Apakah misi sekarang ini? Okay, and mission statements are statement of how entrepreneurs will achieve their purposes in the environment in which they conduct the business. So dia kata macam mana cara dia usahawan ni boleh mencapai dalam masa kini lah, dalam pada masa environment persekitaran masa kini. It also the reason why an organization exists. Kenapa? Macam kita, why is the human is life? Kita nak jadi khalifah Allah, for example, dia akan live with why we exist in this world in order to do something like dunia akhirat. Right? Kita selalu doa apa? Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Right? So something I also wonder why. I'm asking myself why the reason I'm living? Kenapa saya hidup? Untuk apa saya hidup? What is the sake of the purpose? Apa yang saya kejar? Kalau saya dalam maybe in day to day routine work, right? Something we are rushing, especially living in Kuala Lumpur. I think Jakarta also like the same thing, right? Asking myself, apa yang nak dikejar? What we are running for? Running here, running there, chasing. What we are chasing for, right? Maybe orang kata cari duit. We're finding money until when? It's never enough. Tak pernah cukup, right? some people advise me, maybe I had heard also this quote from some mu'alim say what, if you chase the world, you only get the world, but if you chase the after, you get the world too. Am I right? Yeah, easy to say, but when in the real life, we try to accommodate this word to our life, real life, right? It's not easy. Listening every day this word. Don't chase the world, but keep also chasing the world, right? Okay, and then yeah, this is the mission of the company, that current company. Okay, for example, TNB mission is we are committed to the excellence in our product and services. So this is to say to the people that they are committed. TNB for those Indonesian students, this is our electricity provider in Malaysia, the only one, monopoly company. No one the competitors. Okay, alright. So business objective. Okay, this is the starting point in effective management. So there is objective. Defined as what does a business hope and plan to achieve. In other words, goals are performance target. Yeah, it's okay. Goals differ from business to business depending on its purpose and mission. Yeah, why the reason you exist. So the goals will be totally different. And any business functions systematically because it sets goals and plan accordingly. When you revise the business plan, it's very nice to see all the objectives, whether it achieve or not. Maybe you should ask to the company itself. If the company is shown a good result, a good revenue, every year sales is start increasing, day to day, year to year, it's good, giving bonus to the staff, benefits everywhere, facilities everywhere. So meaning to say it's a good business. Okay, but if the business goal and the objective might be contradicted with what you perform, it means that the business is not moving well, tak berjalan dengan baik lah. And then we have the goal setting. So what is the goal setting? The purpose. To provide direction and guidance for all entrepreneurs. Menyediakan arahan dan juga kita kata apa? Guidance. Arahan dia tuju lah. Guidance ni lebih kepada bimbingan for all the entrepreneurs. Jadi you know the reason why you want to do that business. And the second one, to help firms allocate the resources. Sebab apa, dalam business plan we do have 4 parts, right? Administrative plan, marketing plan, operation plan, and also financial plan. So we know where we want to allocate the resources, especially in part of marketing plan, in the operation plan, and also financial plan. When it comes to money, the money cannot just flew like water in water shortage, right? Water shortage is Selangor. Okay, to define the corporate culture, so of course we want to find out what is the culture, okay, the corporate culture that the company is grooming. And the last one, to help entrepreneurs assess the business performance. So basically when we see the business plan, we know, especially in the part of financial plan, where is the company's goals, especially the performance, okay, whether it's equivalent or not with how much they start up the capital, and they start up their business, is in return they goes with that investment as well, the return on investment they got to them. Jadi berapa yang diorang laburkan dan dipastikan supaya apa yang dapat in future also will be double and triple ataupun more than that lah. Janganlah you invest but in return might be uh, shortage. Okay, so it's not good lah for the business. Bila kurang tak seronok, tapi kalau lebih, ya seronok lah. Business tu macam tu lah, untung rugi dan sebagainya. Okay, what is smart concept? So ni selalu ni sangat popular lah dalam soalan dan sebagainya. Okay, so what is smart? S, specific and measurable. A, achievable. R, realistic. And also T, time frame. Okay, so we're moving to types of goals. Okay, what is types of goals? Okay, types of goals ada 3. Kalau saya dulu sebenarnya saya ingat dulu, tapi kat sini ada 3. Okay, we have long-term goals, which means extended the periods of time, typically 5 years or more. So long-term goal. And then the second one, intermediate goal, maknanya pertengahan, a set of the period of 1 to 5 years. So more than 5 years, long-term goal. 1 to 5 is intermediate goals. Short-term goals is less than a year. Okay, probably 6 months to 1 year and are developed for several different areas. Selalunya untuk jangka masa pendek ni adalah benda-benda yang short term goals lah. short term mission ataupun projek yang perlu diakses dalam beberapa bulan dan tak perlu menjangkau sehingga bertahun-tahun. Bila kita ada too much lengthy of years ni, sometimes the project can be pending ataupun postpone due to maybe sources delays, okay, ataupun workers maybe ada problem, or maybe in term of kita kata land itself maybe have some natural disaster. Banyak kemungkinan yang boleh berlaku lah, kita kata bila ada certain goal tu tak dapat dicapai pada waktu, especially kalau tengok macam housing kan, orang buat property, buat rumah-rumah, orang dah bayar kat bank, tiba-tiba pending, kunci tak dapat on time. Gaji kita dah potong lah setiap untuk kita bayar rumah setiap bulan, tapi tak dapat rumah on time. Expected untuk rumah buat 4 years, tapi drag sampai 8 years. Ada banyak kalau dekat Malaysia, this is the thing reality happen. Due to selalunya properties lah, properties punya holder lah, I mean like those people yang membuat projek-projek ni lah, masalah pekerja, tanah, kadang-kadang kita kata boleh juga selalunya boleh kita kaitkan dengan pekerja dan juga materials. Materials yang dijanji mungkin quality A yang sampai C. So not good lah. You want to sell house, sell it honestly lah. Jangan bagi you janjikan bata merah, you know, bata merah, tetapi you bagi untuk buat construction bata putih. Bata merah, bata putih, bata merah is better lagi lah. So I do not know whether the Indonesians understood me well or not. Kalau you buat rumah, pokoknya selalunya mereka menggunakan batu bata. Batu bata, the rocks will be red color, is much better, is more strong compared to white color. But what they did right now in the properties industry, they change it. Okay, the house may be costly for the red color, but it goes with the white rock. So dia tak okay lah. The house quality is not so okay. Alright, so the organizational structure. Okay. So organizational structure depends on the needs of the organization. Steps are, they have to be here. List of the work needed to be done in the organization. Group the work or job into section, unit or department. Construct diagrammatically. Bila kata construct diagrammatically through organization chart, dia kena lukiskan chart tu bentuk macam mana. So what is in the organization chart? So organizational chart mostly show job position, hierarchy, and also span of control. So in the entrepreneurship class, we have a number here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 based on the function, product, client, numbers of workers, region, and also shift. Okay. So this is the organizational structure based on the function. So based on the function ni adalah yang kamu perlu buat dalam you punya assignment business plan. Kita ada managers for entrepreneur, administration, marketing, operation, and also financial. Administration plan seorang, marketing plan seorang, operational plan seorang, financial plan seorang. So one manager must be equivalent in here. Okay, and then for the organizational structure, they have product. So they have maybe let's say they have 3 products here. Product X, product Y, product Z. Let's say we go for Nike factory. Product X is apparels for men. Product Y, apparels for women. Product Z is apparel for children. Baju untuk kanak-kanak, untuk wanita dan juga untuk lelaki. Okay. Kemudian organizational structure for the client. Customer 1, maybe baby boomers. Customer 2 is generation X. Customer 3 is generation Y. Okay. And then for the organizational structure, number of the workers, for example, supervisor 1. Let's say I put this chart under like School of Business Legal Study. Managers, let's say the dean. Supervisor 1, maybe deputy dean under DBA, Madam Aida. 20 lecturers below here. Supervisor 2, for example, diploma in accountancy, Madam Miss Syariah. So 15 lecturers under that, under her. Or maybe supervisor 3, Madam Jehan, under diploma office management. How much? Maybe they have 7 lecturers. So this is how they put into the number of the workers. This is, let's say I put under school, but in the company, maybe supervisor 1, they do like Supervisor 1 supervise on operation. Under operation, how much? For supervisor 2, supervisor under IT. Okay, how much? Supervisor 3, maybe for marketing. So how much? Okay, or maybe can same department, let's say under human resource, let's say. Okay, supervisor 1, they do like for recruitment, they have 7 workers. Supervisor 2 is goes for training, so 50 workers. Supervisor 3 maybe for payroll, how many? 7 workers. So this is according to the numbers of workers under supervisor. Yes. And then organizational structure on region, we have Northern region. Let's say we put into the situation under Malaysia context. Northern region in Malaysia we have Kedah, Penang, Perlis. Okay, that is Northern region, Utara. Central region, we have Kuala Lumpur, Selangor. Southern region, we have Malacca, Negeri Sembilan, Johor, Bangsa Johor. Okay, Eastern region, we have Kelantan, Pahang, and also Terengganu. Okay, so we have these multiple states in Malaysia according to the different regions. Okay, and then organizational structure based on shift. Okay, we have morning shift, noon shift, and midnight shift. So 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. is morning shift. This mostly they work in frontline or maybe they work in factory line, which is operating, or maybe banking also, banking sector operating 24 hours. So divide into three shift. Okay, they have 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Noon shift 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Midnight shift according to 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. It will kept back and it will be continuous non-stop. But it depends also. Sometimes they want to take a break, okay, and then they continue with the next hours. Okay, uh, basically 3 hours. I mean 3 shifts. Morning, noon, night. So if I ask you all students, from all these shifts, which one is the most have a good pay ataupun highest pay? The answer is midnight shift. Okay, alright. I think that is now. I'm stopped for now. Okay, because I think that so many information, right? We will headache lots of them today. I will continue back for the part 4. We already part 3 today. Part 4 still topic 3, inshallah. Yeah, thank you for listening to my lecture today. Any question, just shoot in the question through WhatsApp, through WhatsApp, and start to do your entrepreneur's profile assignment, and make sure some of the groups asking me, madam, because this is COVID-19, it's very difficult. Our members is living far away. Can we do like Zoom interview? Yeah, it's up to you. Zoom, you want to do Google Meet, as long that you have the record version. So you want to put into your video how you want to do it, it's up to you. But I know this semester this batch will be abnormal from the previous that I showed to you how the entrepreneurs profile are up to you, as long that you can get the information from the entrepreneurs and you can learn something from them. Okay, thank you so much for the listening to my lecture today. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep social distancing, and yeah, goodbye. Bye. Assalamualaikum. 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 Bye.